Welcome to the Talkin' VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Video is a little bit later today than usual. I was kind of sitting back waiting on the practice reports to come in, see what was going on, but really not a lot. It seems to be kind of business as usual. Tennessee practiced on Saturday and again today with the pads on. So we're getting into spring practice. And if you go back last year, there was so much drama about the quarterback competition, players transferring out, players getting suspended. There was so much to talk about. This year kind of seems business as usual. Hendon Hooker out there leading his football team. No quarterback drama. A few question marks that we continue to watch, but just not a whole lot coming out in the world of practice reports today. So what I want to get into is talk a little bit about recruiting, as Tennessee has received a crystal ball for a 5-star edge rusher. We're going to talk about that. And Tennessee, the big question mark surrounding Josh Heupel and this coaching staff is whether or not they are going to be able to recruit on the defensive side of the ball. So we're going to discuss that, but as always, do me a favor, go ahead and smash that like button just below the video. It's quick, it's free, it's easy, it helps the channel. If you're new to the Talkin' VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts, we're not insiders, we are fans just like you. So if you enjoy the content, make sure you subscribe, click that bell for notifications so you don't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. We'll be live tomorrow, 6:30 p.m., for the NCAA 13 watch parties. Come hang out, talk a little football, play some Xbox 360. But let's go ahead and jump into this. Again, Tennessee receives the crystal ball today. 5-star 24/7 sports composite edge rusher, Chandavian Bradley. He's 6'5", 210 pounds, out of the state of Missouri. He is the number 1 ranked player in the state, and he is the number 3 ranked edge rusher in the country. Again, that is according to the 24/7 sports composite. Now, he was predicted to go to USC. He had a crystal ball to USC. But just today, earlier this morning, 7:43, Parker Thune of Oklahoma Insider puts in his crystal ball that sends Bradley to Tennessee. Now, his accuracy all time, 48 out of 50. Parker Thune is 96% when it comes to his crystal ball predictions. Now, could he change late in the game? Possibly. And look, Austin Price kind of commented on this. People on the VolQuest boards were talking about it. Austin Price said there's still a long way to go in this recruitment, but it is a good sign. It is a sign that Tennessee is in for an elite defensive lineman in the class of 23. When you look at his offers list, who's offered him a scholarship, it's the who's who. It's Auburn's, the Florida States, the LSU's, the Miami's, Oregon, USC. He's got offers pretty much anywhere he wants to go in the country. Now let's talk about the scouting report for Bradley, because this kid, again, 5-star edge rusher, Alan Trejo of 24/7 Sports has him projected as a 2 to 3 round pick in the NFL draft. He says he's a long, athletic defender that has a high upside, but is still early in his development, has twitch, gets off the ball quickly, and closes to his target in a hurry. He is fluid and able to bend and dip and make offensive linemen miss their punch on him. Needs additional strength and technique, but has a high ceiling based on his athletic gifts and has the frame to fill in. He is a 3-sport athlete. If you look up his basketball tape, it just shows his athleticism. And how that translates onto the football field as well. But the point I want to make about this, and again, Bradley's recruitment has a long way to go. It's early in the process, but this is momentum. This is momentum in the class of 23. This is what we were looking for when we talked about Nico and his commitment and what it means for this football program. Now, whether or not he works out, whether he becomes the next big thing at the University of Tennessee, at this point in the game, people want to play with Nico. He is a natural leader. He has that it factor. He makes it cool to play at the University of Tennessee again. And some of you old timers like me, you probably don't want to hear it. You probably don't want to hear the word swag, but that's the word that gets thrown around with Nico, and kids want to play with Nico. Now, if we look at the class of 23, who does Tennessee have on the list right now. Obviously, the commitment from Nico, 5-star quarterback out of the state of California. Another big prospect they have committed right now, Ethan Davis, 6'3", 221-pound tight end out of Georgia. The kid can do it all. I made a video on him back when he committed, showed some highlights. Go back and watch those highlights. This kid, Ethan Davis, is going to be something special. They've got Aiden Bussell, the offensive tackle out of Tennessee. They also have Nate Spillman, wide receiver out of Tennessee. And then another name worth noting is Jack Letrell, because he does have a relationship with Chandavian Bradley. That was one of the things in a recent interview when talking about Tennessee, is he has connections with one of his friends, Jack Letrell, who just committed to Tennessee not too long ago. But he also likes Coach Heupel. And obviously, when Rodney Garner is involved in recruiting, that is an ace up the sleeve for Tennessee. So we'll continue to follow it and see how it plays out. But that, again, the big question, can Tennessee recruit on the defensive side of the ball? And I just rattled off those commits. Tennessee has 5 commitments in the class of 23 right now. It's early in the process, long way to go. But once you have Nico in the boat, we are going to see some serious momentum. There are other defensive guys that have some interest. Austin Price said on the VolQuest podcast, obviously Caleb Herring, 4-star out of Murfreesboro, his brother Elijah already on the team. That's pretty much a done deal. It's a matter of when, not if, with Caleb Herring. Earlier today, Nathan Robinson, 3-star outside linebacker, probably going to end up playing defensive end at Tennessee, 6'6", 248 out of Greenbrier, Tennessee. He also received a crystal ball to Tennessee earlier today. And then Jeremiah T-Lander, 6'2", 210-pound, 3-star inside linebacker out of Gainesville, Georgia. All those are guys that Austin Price said Tennessee has momentum for those guys. But when we look at who is currently committed, Nico, Ethan Davis, Aiden Bussell, Nate Spillman, and Jack Letrell, you've only got one defensive player committed. And that's going to be the key for this coaching staff. We talked about it on the most recent live stream with JP Snake, Indy Kid Dauber. All of us were together. We talked about how this defense doesn't need to be elite. They just need to be efficient. Going back to 2021, if Tennessee could have got off the field on third down, just a little bit better percentage on third down, that is a world of difference for this football team. The offense is going to score. We know this offense is going to work. It's going to score. But can they get it done on defense in order to take the next step towards getting back to Atlanta? You go back to the class of 2018, and I've said it before, I'll say it again. I give Josh Heupel a free pass on that recruiting class. But when you look at rankings, and yes, that's not always what matters. It's about evaluation. It's about player development. But when you look at rankings, the higher rated players on that class of 22 were your offensive guys like Addison Nichols, Taven Jackson, Justin Williams, Caleb Webb, Cam Miller. Those were the guys that sat at the top of the class. Now, on the defensive side of the ball, you did land some pretty high-ranked players like Tyree West. A lot of buzz about Jordan Phillips. He's a 3-star. But again, those are guys that are on the defensive line. You've got Rodney Garner in the mix. The question is, this coaching staff going to be able to recruit at linebacker and at safety? But can that Nico effect that we talk about on offense, can that bleed over into defensive recruiting? But again, I wanted to drop a video, just mention that Chandavian Bradley received the crystal ball. What do you guys think? Hit that comment section. Does this get momentum going? Again, a long way to go in his recruiting process, but he does get the crystal ball this morning. But hit that comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Can this coaching staff turn the corner on defensive recruiting, on defensive recruiting? We'll see how it plays out. I think Nico is going to create momentum. I think over the next couple of weeks, as we get into the orange and white game, the spring game on April the 9th, I think coming out of that, we're going to see a lot of commits and a lot of buzz and a lot of momentum in recruiting for the class of 23. Would not be surprised if we hear something from Brew McCoy in the next couple of days. He is still on campus. I think he leaves tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised to see a commitment come out there as well. But if you have not done so yet, please smash that thumbs up on the way out the door and go check out the official merchandise of the Talkin' VAWLS Network. Go to bonfire.com/store/Talkin' VAWLS. Any and all support greatly appreciated. Also want to plug our memberships. A lot of new subscribers on the channel don't realize what the memberships are. There's a join button right down below, right beside subscribe. If you click that join button, you can make a donation, get access to custom Talkin' VAWLS emojis, access to fan call-in shows, and it's just supporting this channel even further. I've got a goal, a number I want to reach. If we can hit it, we're going to start throwing away some free merchandise for you guys if we can get to that number. But I appreciate the support. That's going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin' VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.